And welcome to another episode of the Theater Professor vidcast. My name is Terry Dana Jakimiak II, and I am the Theater Professor. And welcome back to our series on iPad apps for the... Oh my goodness, we've forgotten the name already. Correction, it's art apps for the iPad. Haven't done an art apps for the iPad video in a while, so I figured it was time. And this week we're going to be looking at a little app called Sketch Club. Before we get into that, just want to mention a few things. First, if you are watching this on YouTube and you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button down below. I really appreciate it. It's nice to see new subscribers, and I like doing these videos for those that find my teaching style interesting. Second, if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you stop by www.thetheaterprofessor.com. That is my website. There you can actually sign up for a free artist's membership. You can post on our forums. You can chit-chat with others that are using either the iPad art apps or my desktop art apps. Not mine, the ones that I use and show you guys how to use. And, it's really nice. And, of course, there are other things on the website that you can kind of putz around, poke through, and see what's going on. So just wanted to mention those two things. All right, so this week, like I said, we're looking at Sketch Club, and this is an app that I have not used a lot. But the times that I've used it, I found it interesting. First off, I love the icon. It's, this little guy waving at me, partially colored. Let's hit him. Let's open it up. Sketch Club. Whoa, okay. We're going to get out of here because this was actually me playing around with it last night because I wanted to test it out. So here is our gallery. This is, I think, where you actually start if you're brand new to the app. You can see you can do new sketch, you can load the last, or you can open up any of the ones that you've got. See, as you can see, again, I have not used this that much. So understand that this, though is called a tutorial, is more of kind of a walkthrough, looking at it for the first time. If it's something that we like, I'll probably do a few more and talk about it and, share with everybody what I see and what I think is good and what is bad. Like any other art gallery, you've got a couple of things up top. You got this little cog here. Oh, you can change the... Oh, nice. And you can change... Oh, that is kind of nice. I'm going to go blue. Blue is a good color. There we go. Oh, wait, you can even do... Oh, okay. There we go. I've changed my theme. This allows you to sort your gallery. On the right-hand side, we have a hamburger stack. That is our menu. Lots of menus there. And we have a world, which takes you to the club portion of this. So it's called Sketch Club. You've got the sketch portion, and that's the part where you're going to draw everything. But then there's the club portion where people share images. You can see featured sketches, recent sketches. I believe they have like contests that you can be a part of. But this is the club section. Forums. There's some brushes down here. So if you click the brushes, it takes you to lots of different brushes that you can actually download. So that's kind of cool. It's I have not looked at this yet, so I can't tell you much about it. I'm always the pack. This is an artist pack called the pack. We've got fine hair, lots of hair and shines and speckles, and this is a Niman pack. I don't know any of these people. This is all like literally brand new to me. This guy's got a ton. This is the square point pack. So that's interesting. So let's go back, though. Let's go back to where we were. Let's return to our sketches. And let's go ahead and do a new sketch. So I'm going to click New Sketch. And you can see there's several presets ranging from iPad screens to artist trading cards, or you can create your own. We're just going to do the iPad Retina screen. I apologize if we're getting any of the ambient noise from outside. It's a beautiful day, so I have the windows open. Did not want to keep the house closed up because spring has finally appeared in western Pennsylvania. Woot. All right, let's see. What do we got here? We got our canvas. Pinching and rotating is really nice. Now, Procreate does this. A couple of other apps do this. The cool thing here, though, is it tells me what percentage I'm zoomed out and where I am in regards to my rotation. So that's kind of cool. And 3-finger tap will reset the zoom, and 4-finger tap will reset our rotation. So now we're back, and we're looking good. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I'll get to that soon enough. Along the bottom, we have the size of our brush, and we have our opacity. On the right-hand side, we have a color palette, And if you hit that, it'll reduce the color palette. Now you're not stuck to these colors. As you can see up top, we do have a color swatch and we can choose in any number of ways. The only thing, oh, there we go. And there's our wheel. So we can adjust it in 2 different ways. If you hit the double down arrow in the bottom, it'll reduce that for you. And you'll see these little faint buttons in each of the 4 corners and then the top and the bottom. The top left, if you click that, you can bring photos in. The top right will remove the top bar. Your middle one's kind of nice. Let me do this. So this is a flip. So you can flip, you know how a lot of us artists like to flip back and forth to see how our proportions are coming along. Real quick and easy. And then the bottom to, again, bring this up and down. Our menu, that's nice. And then the bottom left, you can actually live stream on here, which I've not done yet, but I was playing around and kind of looking at some of the live streams and their rooms and things like that. I'm going to close that out. So you can actually live stream what you're doing, which that's kind of unique to Sketch Club. I haven't seen that, obviously, with any of the other programs that I've shared with you guys on the Theater Professor. Top left, we have our layers. We have our undo and redo. Top right, we have our hamburger stack menu. And then we have our Bluetooth connection. I have a Jaja stylus, but it's not connected, so that's good. And then the middle is where the big things are, so our brushes, or tools, I'm sorry. In tools, we have brush. But you can see there's a lot of different things. We've got brush, blur, eraser, fill, pen, pixels. Pixels are kind of cool. Procedural, sketchy, smooth, smudge, text, and vector. Your second one, so if I pick brush, for example, and then pick that, you can see now we can select our brushes. And if you click the top left icon, the little pencil pointing in a box, you can then adjust a whole variety of settings. This is where it's very similar to Procreate. Okay. Your next one is your shape. So freehand is usually what I'm going to be using, but you can do lines, circles, and squares, and you can mirror them. So if I were to pick, for example, the horizontal, when I draw on one side, does the other side. Okay, we'll undo that. We're going to turn that mirror off. And then again, the color's the last thing. So for example, if I wanted a nice sketchy brown color. Sketchy brown is a color I want to use. Let's see what I can do. There we go. This song is horrible and I'm singing it still. And I'm actually going to go into the procedural because I found there's a pen in there that I like. There it is, bristles. Okay, so now I have it set up for sketching. And again, very easy to use. You can see, you know, again, I'm using a very specific type. Oh, I know what I'm going to make. I'm going to make a cartoony, I don't know. You know, it's one of those things. You start to sketch and you start to see something. I haven't decided what this is. It's like a big rat or something. Oh, then I'm going to do this. Give him a big nose and then have this come under like this. Almost like anteater, almost close to anteater-ish. But you can see how smooth all of this is. If I wanted to reduce the size, there we go. But if I wanted to bring it back, I'll say I'm just blocking in areas, right? So I'm just kind of blocking in this now. So a thin to big bushy tail, I think, is what this guy has. And we'll give him nice pointy ears. There we go. Nice straight back. I know it's weird animal. Weird animal. No idea what I've created here. I think I'm going to bring his front legs up a little bit. Now the one thing, you know, is jumping back and forth between eraser is not really the easiest thing to do, but it's, you know, it's doable. So I'm going to come in here. There we go. I don't usually draw animals, so this is actually kind of fun. I don't even know what it's going to be called. All right, so we have our fox weird animal thing, and then if I would go, you know, again, I'm just kind of trying to show you the workflow that I would use here. I've got all these layers. I'm going to take with our layers here, and if I end up doing more of these, you'll get this more in depth. But we'll take our opacity down of this layer, and then select a new layer, and maybe grab, I don't know, let's try the pen tool. That looks like a pen. Let's see what happens. You know, we'll change our color though to kind of a dark blue. And actually I lied. I said pen, but I think we're going to try a pencil tool. And it doesn't have a true pencil tool, so you just got to kind of make it up. Bring that down. Let me see what that looks like. Now up a little bit. There we go. So now I can come in here. And again, just kind of sketching it out now, using my previous blocked in areas. Again, I cannot explain how awesome it is to be able to rotate the canvas. If that's one thing all of the art programs should do, they should immediately work on making it so you can rotate the canvas. That is the one thing that I wish I had on every single art app that I've learned, because when you can't rotate the canvas, you have to rotate your iPad, which is not really the most intuitive thing to do. You know, it's doable, but it's not something that I'd want to have to focus on. I'm just giving them some toenails. Again, remember, I don't know this program that well, so I'm literally, as we sit here, I'm learning this with you. And I will say that so far, it seems like it's a very good program. I have, you know, it flows really nice. There's no real lag to it. You know, this is, though they don't have a pencil tool, I kind of like this. Good news is when you pinch both your fingers together, so if I'm here and I take both my fingers, it'll bring it back to its original. If you use Procreate, Procreate does it does essentially the exact same thing. I don't like that eye, so I'm going to undo that. There we go. Give him a little more pointyish eye. I don't like having to jump in here to get to the eraser. I wish there was a separate eraser location. This guy's hilarious looking. Come back to the brush tool. We'll finish out his tail. For anybody that's watching this on the website, I think I'm gonna post this for my Patreon supporters once I finish it, because I think it's kind of cool. And then you can come in again on layers, and you can take your layers down. So for example, I'll just turn that layer off. So now I have my, you know, my basic sketch there. He's a very interesting beast. The layers do have things like blend. Does have blend modes. Does have the ability to reorder them. If we go in, you've got to hit the eye to get into it. But let's say this is an. Actually, we'll do this in normal, and let's grab a brush tool. Say if I'm doing this, like I want to do some of my shading. Now, if I'm going to have to take the opacity down, and let's see how this comes out. So if I'm doing this like I would do a Photoshop image, where I'd come in and do a bunch of shading now. I'm trying to get, there we go. Again, I'm on a different layer. So let's come here. Oops. Oopsie. It was not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I went really dark there, so I'm actually going to undo all that. I don't know how many levels of undo it has, but We're going to take our opacity way down. There we go. Now, I'm one of those people who colors outside the lines when I'm doing this stuff because I can always come back in and erase. So that's why it might look a little messy to you. Not everybody is like that, which is fine. There we go. Because he's got round legs, even though they look square. And then I can come in here with my eraser. And the eraser, you can pick different heads as well, so we'll do that head. Come in. I didn't like that. I wonder how the blenders are. Let's try smudging and see what happens. Interesting. Ugh. Not a big fan of that smudge, but then again, that might be one of those things that you got to kind of play with and find exactly what you want. Like this, the strength is up a lot. So if we bring the strength down to like there we go. That's a little better. Again, just kind of playing some of the shading here. Oh, it's not bad. Not bad at all. There we go. So this is, again, this is not sketchbook. Look at me. This is Sketch Club. It again, the brand new program to me in regards to the amount I'm using it. If you've used it before, would love to hear your comments on the program. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you like about it? I'm always curious about what other people are saying. I think if I get enough likes on this, I'll go ahead and do a full series on this because you know, I haven't even got. There's vector tools in here, which is really kind of cool. Look at that. I mean, that's nifty. And we undo it. So if this is something that people would be interested in seeing a full tutorial on, I'm willing to do that for the masses. Okay. Again, this was a quick look. You know, I did this in no time. This is called Sketch Club. Check it out. I think it was like $5 when I purchased it. And let me see what you're coming up with. My name is Terry Dana Chikimiak II. I am the theater professor, and I look forward to hearing your comments and what you want to see me to do next. What you want to see me do next. So make sure you leave a comment if this is on YouTube. Otherwise, take care and have a beautiful, beautiful spring day.